Hello, hello, hello. Ooh, gracious. Mm. We are here and it is Friday, July the 29th at 2 p.m. And this is how to overcome your fear. Before I start to go into the actual points that I have, I want to go over two scriptures about fear. I'm trying to pull them up. Okay. Scripture number one is John 10:10. The thief's purpose is to steal and kill and destroy. My purpose is to give them a rich and satisfying life. That is John 10:10. And Second Timothy 1:7 states that for God has not given us a spirit of fear or timidity, but of power, love, and self-discipline. So power, love, and a sound mind, but not a spirit of fear. I am Mary, your love and forgiveness coach, also your Thrive After Depression coach. And we are in the Thriving After Depression Facebook group. And a little more about me when it comes to fear. One of my biggest fears used to be heights. I was afraid of everything that was higher than me. And I'm 5'5.5", and I need my half, so you cannot take that away. So that fear, the only way that I was able to conquer that fear, I actually got on an airplane for the first time flying ever in my life by myself, or period. And I stepped by the window and I looked out of the window as the plane was taking off, and I got scared, but I just closed the shade. And then once the plane was, up there, my excitement, dwindled a bit, or should I say my fear subsided a bit. I opened it again. And I actually enjoyed just looking out of the window, which helped me with my fear of heights. Now, my next fear is a bit, how can I say it? A bit more scary and can be deadly. And that fear is a fear of snakes. That fear is what helped me to come up with this 4-step process of overcoming your fears. This fear I had to face just last year. Basically, I want to say around September, October. And there was a snake in the location that I was at, inside of the apartment. A snake. And it was just me there. So there was, no one that I could call on that was within the apartment. It was just me. So I had to try to figure something out. I called my brother because he's not too far away. And he couldn't help me because he wasn't even at home. And if he was at home during that time, he would have been working. So I couldn't, you know, wait for him to get all the way here. I called the Maryland, what is it? Animal control, and they couldn't help me. So I saw the snake. Actually, that morning I was exercising and I was on the floor and I just kept feeling like there was something that wasn't right. I didn't know what it was. And I had walked out of the room and I saw something and I thought that it was, I thought that it was something else. It was something black, but I thought that it was something else. I didn't know exactly what it was. And then I saw it again. And then I walked out the room after I had finished working out. And the snake was there. Literally right there. And I was shaking, crying, praying, all at the same time. I say all of that to say this. That's when my brain kicked into gear and I had no other choice but to come up with a plan to overcome my fear of snakes. So, I just gave you one of my one of the steps. And if you are taking notes, I say take notes, because what I'm going to go over is, like I said, the 4-step process, and I'm also going to give you some questions you can ask yourself. However, before that, I may go over the 14 areas in your life to consider your fears in. So we have spiritual, mental, emotional, physical, your character, intellectual, relational, educational, social, financial, parental, career, quality of life, and your life vision. Those are 14 areas to consider where your fears are. So I would write those down, and um, then let's get into the meat of the reason why we're here. Fear. Write the word fear on the left side of your page. Just FEAR on the left side of your page. And the first one, the one for F, is focus on your fear. During that story with the snake, I had to focus on the snake. I had to make sure that I knew exactly where the snake was. And I had to keep my eyes on that snake. There was no way for me to take my eyes off of the snake except for to dart my eyes to see what else I could, find, or what I can do. So the questions to ask yourself and for your fears are, well, focusing on your fears are, what are my fears? That's the first question. The second question is, where did this fear come from? The third question is, why have I held on to it? So, where did my fear of snakes come from? It's a snake. It's a snake. It slithers around. It's silent, majority of the time it's silent. And it can be deadly. So that's where my fear of snakes came from. Also, it's scaly, and it just, if you like snakes, great for you. Not so great for me. I still don't like them. I don't have that fear anymore, but I don't like them. Where did this fear come from? I just basically said that. Why have I held on to it? And I just covered that as well. Excuse me. For E, establish a plan. Establish a plan. While my eyes were on that snake, I had to come up with a plan in order to trap the snake. That was the first plan, was to trap the snake. So I saw a box that I thought that I could use to trap the snake in. And I ended up ripping the box, trying to take off the, what cardboard boxes have the little panels on it that you use to close the box. I tried to, rip it off, but I ended up ripping into the box, and it was a hole there that the snake really could have been able to get out of, regardless of, whether I put anything on top of it to hold it down. It would have been able to get out of. So I had to come up with another plan. I had to establish another plan, because the first plan A, just was not going to work. So plan B was, I have a jewelry hammer, and I forgot what else. Oh, I have a jewelry hammer and a 30-pound dumbbell. I couldn't trap it. There was really nothing else that I could use. I had a little basin, but I couldn't use that either, because you would have been able to get out of it. So those two, the box and the basin, neither one will work. The next plan is, I'm gonna have to take this, take it and figure it out. So the question to ask yourself for establish a plan is, how can I overcome this fear? And the way to overcome your fear is what I'm going to tell you for A. And that is, attack your fear until you eliminate it. Attack that thing. Go at it with everything that you have. Beat the bejesus out of that fear until it is no more. And unfortunately for that snake, that's what I had to do. It went under the piece of carpet, and that gave me the opportunity to take my jewelry hammer in one hand, and my 30-pound dumbbell in the other hand, and I attacked that snake under that piece of carpet until I felt like it was no more. And I just beat that thing and beat that thing until I didn't see anything move. So that's what I did. I attacked it, and that's how you have to overcome your fears. You have to attack it until you eliminate it. So the question for A and number 3 is, who will I become to myself after I eliminate this fear? So how I overcame that fear of snakes is, I established a plan so that I could do what I needed to do, and I attacked that fear. That was the plan. How do I overcome it? I have to attack it. I have to attack it. It's either it or me, and it's not going to be me. I'm not sorry. I don't feel sorry in saying it. Either it's you or it's me, and it's not going to be me. And I know we all have had those situations sometimes, or even that thought, watching something that, okay, it's you or me, but it's not going to be me. I don't know how you did it, but I'm just telling you, it's not going to be me. You might want to go somewhere else. I know we've all said that. Or should I say, I know I have said it many a times. And next, okay, no, yeah. Who will I become to myself after I eliminate this fear? Once I eliminated the fear that I had, that was the only other fear that I had that was in my control, completely in my control, I became fearless. I became fearless. I'm not afraid of snakes anymore. However, I don't want to touch them. I can look at a picture of a snake. It's okay for me to be around one, but don't let it be just around within the dwelling where it does not belong. Am I going to go to somebody's house that has a snake? No, I'm good. I don't know you like that. I don't know you like that. And that's not fear. It's just I'm not going to put myself into a predicament where I might have to kill your pet. I don't know this snake. I don't trust snakes. Period. Point blank. I don't trust snakes. I'm not afraid of them, but I don't trust them. You don't know what it's thinking. You don't know what its plan is to do. I'm good. I much rather eliminate you or eliminate myself and call it a day. And for R, rejoice because you've won. You have attacked that fear, or should I say, you have focused on your fear. You have established a plan to overcome that fear, the plan that is for you in your situation that has nothing to do with anybody else. You have attacked your fear until you eliminated it. And now you can rejoice because you have won. And that is number 4. 4-step process to overcome your fears. Focus on your fear. F. Establish a plan. E. Attack your fear until you eliminate it. A. Rejoice because you have won. R. But R can also stand for after you rejoice, rinse, and repeat. Make your list of the fears that you have. Establish your plan in order for you to be able to attack that fear and eliminate it. Then rejoice. Celebrate yourself because you won. You beat that fear. It no longer holds you back. So rejoice, then rinse and repeat for every other fear that you have. I used to have a fear of speaking in public. I used to have a fear of speaking on camera. I mean, I could have said something about that, but that's kind of, the norm. Most people have a fear of, public speaking on camera. But not many people have, well, a lot of people have the fear of snakes, but not a lot of people have the opportunity to use a situation with a snake to fight that fear of snakes. Now, I would have attacked the snake with the box or the basin and, trapped it so that it wouldn't be able to get out, and waited for either the maintenance man to come or for the animal control to come, and that still would have been attacking my fear until I eliminated it, because I would have had to be here with the snake until one of the two came to get it, but the snake would have still been alive. I didn't have that option, because the two options that I had to trap it wasn't going to work. So the next thing that I had to do was it was fight or flight, and I'm not going to flight. I'm just not going to run. Those days are over. So I had to fight, and I had to do what I had to do, and unfortunately the snake is no more. But that's what you have to do with your fears. You have to attack that thing until you eliminate it. Attack it until you eliminate it. I will keep repeating that until the day that I am no longer here. Because every fear that you have is going to hold you back from becoming the person that you could become once you have attacked and eliminated that fear. So I'll go back over them one more time just in case you didn't get it. And there is an ebook. Well, it's not really an ebook. It's more like a workbook. Worksheets with some notes that is available for this class. And it has, where you can take the notes and write them down. Write down the focus on your fear and everything else, as well as the questions. There's space for that as well. But for F, focus on your fear. E, establish a plan. A, attack your fear until you eliminate it. R, rejoice because you've won. Rinse it and repeat. Okay. If I have any if you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments and I will answer them for you. If not, then this class can be ended. And I had scheduled, yeah, I didn't think that I would be here for longer than 20-30 minutes at the most. But no questions, no comments, no concerns, then you can, like I said, leave if you come up with any questions, you can leave your questions in the comment section and I'll be sure to come back and answer the questions for you. Again, my name is Mary, your love and forgiveness coach. In the Thriving After Depression Facebook group, I am your Thrive After Depression / love and forgiveness coach. And thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Have a great, blessed, and beautiful day. Bye bye.